Hey Tesla friends, let's try to see if we have to do the muskrat. So we're coming up to the car, trying to open, and it's amazing, it opened. Earlier it wouldn't open. So let me show you some special things here. The Tesla logo here is incognito a little bit using electrical tape, but it helps. But see this? It just locked on me. Did you hear that? It beeped and it locked on me. The windows folded. Let me see if it opens. It opens. So I'm sitting right next to a car and it'll let me. So I keep my seats covered a little bit, less wear and tear on them. And if you look at this, here's the new version that just got installed. So let me see what happens here. You see the version here. And this is version 9. Let me see what the release notes say. Climate. So there's a new visualization. I think this is kind of old stuff here. Now it says the window position and the charge connector locking beavers have been optimized for cold weather. Now, this is another sad fact. Tesla does not tell you what they're doing. So I have a question. Let's say you put your let's say you put your car adapter, the J1772 adapter, and let's say you put that in to charge at a universal public charger. Normally the adapter doesn't come out, so I have to unplug the cable first and then pull the adapter out second. Do I have to worry about the charge door closing on that adapter and maybe breaking the charge door? That's a good question. The problem is that Tesla doesn't really tell you what's going on. Sometimes when you call them, they actually don't even know, and other times they don't want to tell you. For example, Tesla's use Takata airbags. I don't know if the newest ones use them, but they've been probably using them for a long time, but they don't want people to know. So you might have to ask them like 5 or more times before they'll say yes. They'll try to avoid answering the question. So yeah, so same thing with the referral program. There's secrets there too that they don't want to tell you. People are not following the rules, and I guess if you're one of the good YouTubers, you probably get away with it. It seems like that's what's happening. This is not anything against YouTubers. It's against Tesla. Everything I'm saying is against Tesla because they're not following the rules that they set up for themselves. I'm not trying to blame any YouTubers, so don't anybody think that. But anyways, another point that I want to make is if you want to buy Tesla Model 3 especially, if you order by the end of November, you'll guaranteed to get it by the end of the year and be qualify for the full tax credit if you have that much tax that you owe. So definitely talk to a tax advisor, somebody that knows what they're talking about, to see how much you can get back in your taxes, up to $7,500. And then there could be state credits or programs that you can get extra money for. So after the next year, the first 6 months it'll be half the tax credit of $7,500, and the last half of the year of 2019 it'll be a quarter of the $7,500 tax credit available, assuming that you qualify to get it based on how much tax you owe. You have to owe at least that much tax to get that credit, which I think is a bad policy. I don't like the way they set that up. But anyways, go ahead and get the Model 3. If you're planning on getting one, just get it now. I don't see any bad features about not getting it now. with the Model S and the X, you may want to get the car soon too, because yes, you'll get the tax credit if you get by the end of the year, and those vehicles are usually easier to get. I think you usually get them quicker, but it depends on where you live and all that stuff. But there's still time to get an S and X before the end of the year. If it looks iffy, talk directly to Tesla, and they'll set you up. Hopefully, a lot of times they bend the rules and they give you freebies, and they can give you thousands of dollars off. I think I saw even the fully loaded model a few years ago got like $30,000 off. You can get a few thousand off for the cheaper ones. So Tesla always, they're giving out freebies behind hush hush. They're not telling people, even though they claim that everybody pays the same price. That's not exactly happening. Whenever it's time to pull a promotion to get their numbers in by the end of the quarter, they usually pull some specials that nobody knows about it, and so therefore not everybody's paying the same price, which is unfortunate. They need to try to make the cars, equalize the cars' value, and make sure everybody's paying the same price, and if that way everybody be happy. The resale values are the same. Again, here's the keys. They're offering key fobs. You got to pay $150 for them. But the problem is they don't do passive entry. So, you still have to press the key fob to get in. I heard iPhones do a really good job of getting into the car. Not that many problems. So you're probably better off just getting an iPhone or a used iPhone versus getting this key fob. But it's up to you. You have to decide what's good for you. I'm very curious to see if a current key fob, like if you own another Tesla S or X, you have a key fob already. Can that key fob be programmed to work with the Model 3? Maybe, hopefully. But version 9 here, I hope it can go. I'm not getting the nav, the nav thing, nav by GPS thing, where it automatically changes lanes or asks you if you want to change lanes so you can get to an exit that's programmed into GPS. That's something I don't think I have yet. This new version might have it, but I don't see anything about it. See, now the lanes around your car on the screen will turn red if there's a car in your lane. I think you have to turn on your signal. So that's not the best, because like here, let's pretend like that's your car. You have two lanes here, and it'll turn red if there's a car in that blind spot. What they need to do is maybe the left side of the screen, or half of the screen, or actually just a little 1-inch bar on the left or something, and a 1-inch bar on the right, maybe turn red, and then it's obvious to the driver somebody's there, because most of the time people see the light in the mirror when they check. Now apparently Tesla never put a light in the mirror, so obviously that won't work. I'm curious. Tesla also has the mirrors get darker at night, I guess, so the lights don't shine on you as bright. I wonder if they can use that, maybe flash that, alternate that on and off during the day. I wonder if it will make a difference, if that could be made a difference. So, but anyways, Tesla's got a long ways to go to make the cars ergonomically and user friendly, I think. For example, I think like the button to unlock the door, if the door is open, then that button should unlock the front. To me, that makes sense. So like if you're outside your car, you want to get the front open real quick, you just hit that button. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on with Tesla that I don't like. I'm sure a lot of people don't like. But if you look at the screen here, it's a horizontal screen right here. They should have kept it vertical with the little dashboard display in front. two screens. That's the way they should have done it. Maybe when there's true self-driving, then they can go to one screen possibly, but that's at least 5 years or even 10 years away. Who knows? They say it's going to be quicker. People say it's going to be quicker, but it's going to take a long time to change the way things are. So, but anyways, you can see down here, you can see how there's a cup holder, and then you see the storage space. But I end up using that as extra cup holders because there's only two here, and a lot of times you got more than two. So I usually like to have a cup holder for each seat you have, so that would be nice. Now, the advantage of the Model 3 is that inside you get better storage. Like, you see that little cubby hole underneath the door there, you can put a water bottle there. It's just set up for a water bottle, not for a cup. And the back door should have that too. I hope so. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff lacking in the car, but the main thing is you cannot get into your car without having to walk around it, doing the muskrat, I call it. Again, here you see the dash cam. The dash cam is pretty interesting. It's very primitive right now, but don't worry, it'll get a lot better sooner. So if you have a car that supports dash cam, I do not recommend buying a separate dash cam because this will get a lot better soon. Yes, we can download new software into the model, most of the Teslas, but once your car gets a little older and the software and the hardware is a little older, Tesla doesn't really do much for you. As sometimes they even make the software and the display worse. So, but anyways, they did do a good thing on this model here. You can see how they put AC and recirculate here. Before, those were all the way to the right here. It's a pain in the butt, but now it's closer to where you can reach them. So it does help. And they have this nice feature here where it cuts off the heat and AC to the rear seats right here. Like, you can turn it on, cut it off. I manually do that on the Model S when I'm driving one because it doesn't make sense to heat the back or cool the back when nobody's back there. So, but anyways, everybody, I've been talking too long, so the moral of the story is buy the Tesla before the end of the year, because also the Model S and X, they're getting redesigned so that they only have one screen here, and it's not a good idea. The vertical screen with the dash in the front, that's a whole lot better. So you might want to get the car before that happens. I think it's going to happen soon. I thought they said the fall of this year, but it could be next year, but I thought it was supposed to happen the fall this year. So what's going to happen is that you're going to get surprised. Tesla doesn't usually announce that, and if they do, it's like a week or two that they'll announce it. But a lot of times they surprise us, and they don't want people to if the new feature's coming out, they don't want you to wait for the new feature, and then they're stuck with cars that, or they're stuck with not producing cars because nobody wants to order for the next few weeks or months when the new feature's going to be out. So they don't announce that stuff. And sometimes they'll sell off all the inventory, the old inventory, without the feature before they announce it. So like Autopilot 1, they sold cars for 3 weeks with Autopilot 1 on it, even without announcing that it had it. So I think that was totally wrong. So, and people actually paid, and the Autopilot was free, so people actually paid $500 for parking sensors when Autopilot came with free parking sensors and free Autopilot. So I think that was totally wrong too. And then, like, for example, the Tesla Model 3, there's a like a track package or something, or high speed package with better suspension or wheels and all that good stuff. That was like a $5,000 upgrade, and Elon Musk decided that all the cars needed that to perform well at the high speed, so he added it to the car for free, and so everybody before that paid $5,000 for it. Well, people complained, and he agreed to refund the $5,000 people that paid it. But well, when Autopilot 1 came out, people bought parking sensors for $500, and when people complained then, they still had to pay the $500, but the new car with Autopilot came with Autopilot parking sensors for free. So, and the parking sensors had an added feature of blind spots detection. So, again, Tesla's got a long ways to go to try to make things the right way, and I'll be happy to take up that feature for Tesla if they need some help to maintain customer consistency and loyalty and customer satisfaction. I can take care of that for them. I'm a hard worker, and I work a lot of hours to take care of it. Okay, well, if you sit in your car long enough, I don't know how long it's been, maybe 15 minutes, it will shut off on you. But then I can press the pedal, and the brake pedal, it comes back. So that's about it for now. I've been on here long enough. Please use my referral code, JOE480. JOE480. If you buy a car, I can use the help. I want to build up enough users to try to make some income out of this. And just remember, I'm your Tesla friend. I'll give you actually the bad. I'll give you the good and bad, but most of the time I concentrate on the bad stuff because you already know the good stuff, and people are not happy with the bad stuff, so that's why people talk about it. So, and then also the other YouTubers out there, they're all talking about the good stuff, but not very many people talk about the bad stuff. So, again, just as a reminder, as an example, Ben Sullins, he's pretty famous at YouTubing. A couple of weeks ago, his wife got stuck outside her Model 3 for 10 minutes and couldn't get into the car for 10 minutes. So that shows you there's a major problem with Model 3 entry. And there's over 100,000 Model 3s out there, so the longer Elon Musk waits to fix the problem, the more money it'll cost. And I'm just curious, is there a lemon law that fits for this situation where we can't get into a car? I think the lemon law, if they can't fix our Bluetooth connection to get into a car, I think the lemon law applies. I would like to find out if some person that's familiar with legal stuff would know about that. So leave your comments. Use my referral code, JOE480, Joe480. Thanks. Bye.